My point about the context of climate change is really that it seems to me that if the planet is not going to suffer uncontrollable increases in temperature, and here I rely as a layperson in this context purely on having read the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change's extremely dire warnings. At some point, the major producers, the major emitters of greenhouse gases, will have to decide to restrain themselves. We saw a step towards that in Paris in 2014, but there's a long way to go, particularly when one of them isn't playing ball. The implication of that will have to be that some of the fossil fuels that we even know about will remain in the ground. But I would have thought it's actually an obvious matter of international justice that countries like Ghana, which did not create this problem, should be allowed, nobody should object to them fully using the fossil fuels that they have, which are, a very small portion of the world's total. And I don't think there'll be any more international agreements if such a principle is not reached. So I'd be very optimistic that you could successfully obtain that crucial concession. So I would say Ghana has no need to fear that they will be prevented from exploiting their fossil fuels, providing this is not forgotten by diplomats. It's a point that has to be raised when the time comes internationally. The other point I would make about exploitation of all mineral resources, including oil, is that at any one time, of course, you have a choice between the present and the future, because these are, by their nature, non-renewable resources. You can only use them once. And therefore, I think you have to be very careful about deciding, okay, now is the best deal we're going to get on this. So it could well be that this is the best deal. But my general point is not so much about that deal, but therefore just to add that I think the Ghana government should not hesitate to say, well, you want to dig up this mineral in our country, well, we're going to wait a bit longer before we decide. And by then, it may be that a Ghanaian firm can do the job. This may well not be applicable in the tallow oil case. So I would certainly, my answer to your question is, go ahead.